First up at UFC Vegas 41, we have Livinha Souza versus Randa Markos. Livinha Souza 3-2 in her last 5. Randa Markos 1-4 in her last 5, coming off of a DQ. But don't let that fool you. She wasn't robbed of anything. She was well on her way to losing that fight. Livinha Souza, she's an okay striker in this fight. Honestly, in this matchup, that makes her a pretty good striker. She has power when she throws, and everything she throws is with intent. So she does throw heavy with that power, looking for something to happen. She's a decent grappler as well. She looks to bully her way to the ground, and from there, she's heavy on top, and she'll look for a TKO before she'll look for a submission. So she's very big on a ground and pound instead of rolling around looking to pass and looking to work something from there. Her takedown defense is just okay, and honestly, she's very similar to Randa, where she doesn't have much to offer on her back. If she's on top, tough as hell. If she's on bottom, she's off her back. She's not going to work up. She's not going to throw up a submission, and she's not going to be able to sweep from there. Not a ton to offer. Randa Markos is a tried and true veteran at this point. Unfortunately, she seems to have let the sport pass her by. She's on a 4-fight skid, and it's mostly because of her style. She's incredibly tough, incredibly experienced, but she never really added to her game. She comes forward with striking. That's really only there to set up her takedowns. And even her takedowns, they're not clean, nice wrestling takedowns, right? They're sort of bullyish and manhandle her way to the ground when she can. If she does get on top, she's incredibly dangerous, but she will struggle on her feet if she can't get there. She's never really evolved. Like, she didn't fill in those gaps. She didn't clean up the takedowns. She didn't work the jiu-jitsu off her back. She didn't get super comfortable striking, but she is very tough. She is an actual veteran. But then to counter that point, we have seen her make some big mistakes in fights that you wouldn't expect a veteran to make. Honestly, that's what makes this a tough fight, because if Randa Markos, as tough as she is on top and as tough as she is in general, if I could trust her to be the veteran and come out there and make veteran-savvy decisions, she'd be my pick. But the reality is she does slip up. She does make some mistakes. I can't count on her to be the tried and true veteran that we expect her to be at this point in her career. So it is a tough fight. They're pretty similar. Souza probably has a striking advantage. Randa has the grappling advantage. Neither one of them will be very live for a finish. So I have to side with Souza here, though, because I do think she could potentially be the bully and get on top. And honestly, this entire fight comes down to who will end up on top. And whoever does will win, because neither one of these women can really work their way off the bottom. So it's not an amazing fight to start the card, but they may go at it. So it's not a high-level fight as far as ranking is concerned, but these ladies may go at it. Hopefully, Livinha Souza can do something with this opportunity, start to build off of this and build her career. Because at this point, Randa Markos has a losing record. I imagine this is the end of the road for her. Livinha, $8,300. Listen, I'm not going to spend that money. Randa Markos is still a tough veteran. You can't necessarily just go in there, beat her up, and put her out. Like, she's tough. She'll hang in these fights. And reality is she could win. If she ends up on top, she wins. So I will never spend the $8,300 on Livinha. And I do like the more and more on the strike line here. I think they'll both go at it. I don't see a finish here. I think they'll both get past their number. So I do like the more and more with the monkey knife fight. And if you want to play that, wewantpicks.com/MKF, and they will give you an instant deposit match up to $100.